Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. This is episode 5 of our Timberborn playthrough. If you guys are new to the series, definitely check out some of the older videos. Without further ado, let's go ahead and hop into episode 5. Okay, so eagle-eyed viewers among you may have noticed that there has been a name change on the channel. We have moved from In the Market Gaming to just Market Gaming. I think it's a little bit more to the point. In the Market Gaming, kind of a mouthful to tell somebody about, which, you know, I really hope that you guys are doing. If you enjoy the channel, definitely share it. But anyway, eagle-eyed viewers among you may also notice that this is not exactly where we left off at the end of the last episode. We have batteries built. We have our power shafts going all the way down, and we already have large windmills in here. The reason being is that I recorded episode 5. I actually recorded about 9 episodes or so in this series. And when I went to edit them, episode 5 was corrupted. And I couldn't edit it. And I didn't have a save file for the end of episode 4. And truthfully, I didn't want to go back and just restart the series from episode 5. I really like where, it kind of progresses. So what I'm basically doing here is I went into the save file from the end of episode 5, deleted everything that I did in episode 5, and we're going to try and replicate it as best we can. Now, I didn't delete all of the large windmills and replace them with small ones. I didn't delete these and replace them with stairs like it was at the end of the last episode, just because I will admit, kind of tedious to watch me replace all that stuff. So I took, a little creative liberty, but I did delete the majority of the stuff, with the exception of, like, that road. There we go. Now we're back to where we were, and this platform, and these stairs. Come on, you gotta give me a break. I'm trying to happy medium with this, Anyway, so let's go ahead and jump into episode 5 here. So, I would love to start replacing these windmills with large ones. We have a pretty good stockpile of all the resources we're going to need, paper being the only one kind of lagging behind. But a big reason for that is we don't have any storage for paper. So I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to put in a storage here, and this is going to be for paper. So that should get built, and then we should start to get even more paper going. Because we're going to need, how much paper do we need for these? 30 paper. We have 40, that's, plenty. But essentially what we're going to do, we're going to have to delete this power shaft and this windmill so that we can get a large one in. We can run a road down there like that. And we will prioritize that windmill so that that gets replaced. Now, we're still going to have some resources flowing down here, which is good. So we can continue to produce. The one that's really going to cut everything off is going to be when I pull out this windmill. So that's really the one where we need to make sure that we have, maximum resource stockpile in order to make that happen. So let's get that hooked back up, get our battery hooked back up. But anyway, so now with the paper kind of stockpiling, we can go ahead and replace this next one. Get a large windmill in there. Get that built. That should pretty much receive all of its resources virtually instantly, just because we have so many available. And then that will get built perfect. And now this is going to be the one that we need to make sure we got everything. So we need to wait for the paper to stockpile. Other than that, we have everything we need. 40 planks, 20 gears, and then the 30 paper. So the paper is really the only one right now that we're waiting on. So while we wait, let's kind of think about what we want to do with this space. I would love to use it for farmland. So I'm going to go ahead and get a couple warehouses in there. A couple farmhouses. Like that. And let's see, these are going to store wheat. So let's get wheat stored in there. These are going to prioritize the wheat. As well as, what are we setting these at? Maximum workplace priority. And I'll leave them both on planting. And hopefully this one will kind of handle this side and this one the other side. And now as far as decorations go, let's get a couple of those in there. And then let's have these guys plant some wheat all throughout here. And I think I'm going to take the wheat down to about there. Maybe down to there. That should be good. Actually, no. We'll back it out to there. That will be good. Because eventually we're going to add another district down here. Because if you look at our district center, we're running out of space here. So we'll throw a district gate somewhere right in there. And then we will move on. Alright, so we got the paper. So let's get rid of those. So that we can get a large power mill in there. Let's put that on maximum priority. So that we can get that built. And anyway, one more thing. As far as this episode goes, this is likely going to be a shorter episode just because I am trying to just kind of not rush through, but, you know, generally recap the stuff that we got done in episode 5 without having you guys having to watch the tedium and have me go through the tedium of having to redo this whole transition right here. I'm almost glad you didn't see it. Because it was super tedious. It was just like deleting single staircases and building, you know, vertical power shafts, and it was something to watch. Hopefully I was entertaining. But let's go ahead and get a couple gristmills in here so that we can turn that wheat into flour. These do require power, but they will get it by linking in with these two facilities here. So that's how they will get their power. Then we got a road coming around here, and there's going to need to be a place to store this flour. So let's get the flour, wheat flour, stored in here. Let's set this recipe to wheat flour, as well as put these on a moderately high workplace priority. And then we could come through here, a couple decorations, maybe a grindstone. Like right in there. And then maybe a shrine to the mill gods right in here. Something like that. Let's get this one built so that I can then put another shrub right in there. You can never have too many shrubs. Everybody knows this. Anyway, what about this space here? Actually, let's continue on with the wheat. Let's close that loop and get the bread made. So I'm going to go ahead and put in something like that, maybe with some stairs down, potentially in the future. And then I'm going to go ahead and do something like that, because we're going to put the bakery right up here. And this is going to have maximum priority, and they're going to make bread. And you know what? If the bakery is going to be maximum priority, let's make the bakery moderately high priority. That should be fine. And this right here, this is going to store bread. So once that gets built, as far as intermediary goods go, we don't have a ton in the way of raw food. Potatoes are all getting cooked virtually as fast as they can. The wheat has yet to be harvested, so we're still waiting on our first harvest of wheat. And then the potatoes are also in the middle of being harvested, so you know, we could we're doing okay for food, because the grilled potatoes, man, when we pull in a haul of potatoes, grilling them turns them into just a ton of food, and you can actually see we're starting to make some bread, which is great. Okay, so now these fit explosives factories perfectly, so we're going to go ahead and get a couple explosives factories in there. We are going to get a storage facility in there. This is going to be for explosives. We'll platform in there so we can take our power through here and then do something like this with a platform here, and then we can turn that corner just like that. So hopefully that all gets built fairly quickly. Gears going to be the limiting factor here. Metal blocks are fine, so gears will be the limiting factor for sure. But once we get that done, then we're kind of off to the races here. We can come down here. We can actually start to dynamite this column out so we can get another water, large water tank in there. And that will be good. Batteries are working, keeping everything perfectly powered, which is great, working just as intended. And I think this is going really well. All we need to do is get these two built so we can actually get power down to this explosives factory. That's the one thing that's kind of holding us up. Yeah, we really need to improve the food production. But barring I do anything to get us killed in this episode immediately, we will handle food production in a future episode. And I know we will, because like I said earlier in this episode, I've already recorded those. So I happen to know that food will be something that we need to handle. But unfortunately, it's kind of weird going back and recording a video in the middle of a series again, because you know what problems you're going to deal with in future videos, but I can't do anything about them now, preemptively, because obviously I don't want to ruin those videos by fixing problems before they arise. So you guys are just going to have to take my word on it, that problems will get dealt with in the future, and maybe I'll miss something in this episode that you're, probably like pulling your hair out watching the video, like, oh, why isn't he doing X? And it's like, well, because maybe I do that in a future episode, and I just, didn't get to it here. So let's go ahead and set up a small beginnings of a housing complex right over here. So we can go ahead and get this set up like that. And then we can go ahead and fill that in with a path. And now the question is, do we want to do something like that? Can't really remember how I did this in the last episode. But that's okay. We can, it doesn't have to be perfect. I will tell you that there are going to be a few things in this series of videos here that you'll probably see me do and wonder why they are occurring like that. Or not why they're occurring like that, but you'll notice that there are things that will likely be different in this episode compared to the next one, if that makes sense. So we can go ahead and get up there like this. Something like that. I'll put a path in there. That'll be okay. And now, let's go ahead and get a couple of our houses in here. Like that. Perfect. And that will get built. And we can start to clear off some of this landscape here. so that we can get that large water tank put down, which will be perfect. And so now we have a pretty solid industrial area going on right now. We have a ton of power output, which is great. And these batteries are going to keep us very honest, especially because they're going to recharge so quickly at night. Even with a moderate level of power being produced, because these are only producing about half right now what they can. But even with that, and even having used these batteries so significantly during the day, we shouldn't have any issue getting them fully charged by night. And now once everybody starts to go back to work, yeah, you can see that they are, yeah, the batteries right now are completely supporting the entire industrial area, which is great. And now we can just get that final dynamite in there, get this stuff built. Again, we're not doing great on food. We kind of, you know, have the problem of just tons of mouths to feed, you know? Not enough food to go around. And wheat is something that we really need to, you know, we're going to need to work on in future. And let me just go ahead and get that last water tank in there so we can get started on that. We still have a really good amount of water, really healthy, especially considering we only have a couple, especially considering we have 6 days left in the drought. But that being said, you can see now these are producing a ton of power, and these are just recharging. Let's see if they'll get to 34 before everyone goes back to work. I'm thinking no. They'll do pretty good though, considering how much power they used the day prior. And I think we're producing enough power with the mills that these will continue to go up. Yes, they will. Yeah, so completely recharging our batteries, that is perfect. Okay, so we're doing pretty good. We got our little housing complex. Just to kind of recap where we are. We got our housing complex built. That's new. We got our new industrial area built out. We have our battery set up. It's completely linked in with a full set of large wind turbines. And we also got our wheat production going down here. Now, problems that I foresee in the future, food. Food is going to be a problem in the future. My solution, at least what I'm thinking currently, has to do with up here. You can see that we have already started to lay the dynamite up here to get this kind of cleaned out. So we're gonna try and clean this up in the next few episodes. See what we can do. See if we can get some food production going up here. We're seeing that we're just about to run out. Other than that, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. This is definitely a shorter one, only about 20 minutes or so. Again, I'm just trying to fill that gap between episodes 4 and 6. Just because I really enjoyed where the series was going with the episodes that I did record, and I really didn't want to start back over completely from scratch. So I hope that this suffices for a good bridge episode, considering the corruption that I had in episode 5. Hopefully you guys still enjoyed it. If you made it this far in the video, granted, short video, but if you made it this far and you're enjoying the series, or if you enjoy any of my other content on YouTube, definitely consider subscribing to the channel. It really motivates me to make more videos. Leave a comment. I love having discussions with you guys in the comments. They're great. And leave a like. It just helps with the engagement on the video. You know, more people can see it. And other than that, I hope you guys have a great day, and I'll see you in the next video. Thanks. Bye.